Hello, everybody. You might remember a couple of weeks ago, we started to give you some information about phasing into reopening, both in COVID and post-COVID, to the best of our knowledge. And in phase one, you might remember I mentioned a couple things. We had said that our children, our youth, and our life groups could start to meet because of the smaller numbers that those groups meet in. They could meet CDC guidelines. We also, you will remember, said we're going to continue with our online worship, and we have done that. We've been doing that for many, many months now, and we're grateful to Katie Conrad and others who are helping make that possible every single week. And we've been encouraging folks to go ahead and meet in their homes or in Acts Network groups for worship, because again, we can meet in smaller numbers that meet the CDC guidelines. I want to thank you for your patience in that and for already engaging in worship in those ways. We are now at a place to move into phase two of our reopening. And the biggest thing about phase two is that it's going to involve an in-gathering worship opportunity starting on March the 7th. So on March the 7th, we're going to meet in our sanctuary at 10 a.m. And we're going to continue to do that each week after March the 7th, also at 10 a.m. for however long amount of time we need to do that. What will determine when we move to two services is going to depend on, one, how many people come to that one 10 a.m. service, because when we get to enough people, we'll split and have multiple services. And we do want to continue to keep an eye on the COVID numbers and trends and respond appropriately. So I hope that we'll have a chance to see those of you who feel comfortable starting on March the 7th, 10 a.m. for an in-person gathering at the FEC Sanctuary. Just a couple of reminders there. We do need you to pre-register for that. We had done that in the past. We need to ask you to do that for this particular service and ongoing for now. And we do need to ask you to live into the proper safety protocol measures. So we are going to enforce masking and the social distancing. I hope that is good news to you today. I am incredibly excited. You have been so patient through this time, and I just want to say thank you to you for that. Also, starting on March the 7th and the weeks after that, we will have Kids Zone available for our families and nursery for anyone for whom that applies. So do us a favor, help spread the word. We're going to continue our online worship. We're going to continue meeting in homes and encouraging that, and in our Acts Network settings. And now, again, March the 7th, from that Sunday and each Sunday after that, we're going to start having these one service in-person gatherings. And when we're able, we don't know when yet, we will shift to multiple services. First Church, you have been so gracious through this time. And I am so glad that we can be moving into this direction. It's been one of our goals that when we did open, we could stay open. That's the whole purpose of this phasing in. So this is phase two. When we are able to get to phase three, we're going to communicate with you. We'll let you know that clearly, but this is where we are. So thank you for your faithfulness. When I think back, it's been almost 1 year exactly since the onset of COVID when so many things changed. And yet here we are a year later. God is so good. God is so faithful. We are still the church. And I thank you for being that church and all of your flexibility and graciousness in the past year. I look forward to what God has in store next, and especially as we move into phase two. Blessings to you all.